What? They should have talked to Tyler. Yeah.
Good morning, welcome to the 66th celebration of Easton Area High School Day. Today's ceremony, we recognize the success of some of our most talented seniors, we crown a king and queen, and most importantly, we honor a former graduate that exemplifies the true spirit and tradition of our school. This year's honoree, Mr. Drew Lewis, has dedicated himself to his community and seen great success in the business world. He holds an undergraduate degree from Brown University and an MBA from the prestigious Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. But his roots started right here in this very high school. Rovers, Mr. Lewis is evidence that your goals are achievable, that the ideals of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice are extremely important to your personal success. This is also a time that we recognize the importance of our school. By school, I don't mean the physical structure, the bricks and mortar, but more importantly, the people that work and learn here each day, and more importantly, those that have come before us. Each person carrying a sense of Rover pride that will remain part of them long after graduation. Rovers, please be respectful of our speakers and enjoy their tradition. To get things started, we will all rise for the national anthem being played by our band, conducted by Mrs. Carol Wood. Thank you, Mrs. Luddy. At this time, I would like to thank Mrs. Patswell Kuipers. Your attention, please. At this time, I'd like to thank Mrs. Patswell Kuipers and the junior class officers and senators for their hard work and dedication in making this event possible. Our President, Sarah Lutz, Vice President, Courtney Mafia, Secretary, Maddie Dunn, Treasurer, Rachel Dunn. Our senators assisting and reading biographies today will be Justin Vaddy, Ian McBrady, Lauren Wells, Scott Young, Mary Upjohn, Julia Campbell, Jenna Harper, and Carla Ramos. Thank you to the class of 2016 for your support. I would also like to recognize some special guests that we have here today. Mr. John Reinhardt, our Superintendent of Schools. Mrs. Alyssa Amelia, our Assistant to the Superintendent. Our Athletic Director, Mr. Kutsak. Mrs. Angela DeVitro, our Director of Teaching and Learning. Mr. Chris Chrisman, Palmer Township Manager. Our 2014 Easton Area High School Day honoree and Palmer Township Supervisor, Mr. David Culver. Mayor Sal Panto. Mr. Robert Freeman, State Representative. I'd like to pass on my regrets from Ms. Mertra Gabriel, who was here earlier to congratulate Mr. Lewis on his reward. She was representing Pat Toomey's office. And thank you to board members here and parent, Mrs. Billy Weiss. Thank you, and I truly appreciate your presence here to carry on such an important tradition of our high school. Before we get things started, at this time I would like to recognize a member of our court, Mr. Giovanni Zapata. Giovanni, please stand up. Giovanni was recently named a Gates Millennium Scholar. This national scholarship, with over 52,000 applicants nationwide, was awarded to Mr. Giovanni Zapata. Giovanni received one of 400 scholarships that were awarded to a Latino student in that large group of students this particular year, which was 1,000 total. This is an outstanding honor and achievement for Gio and a testament of his work here at Easton Area High School. This is also the second year in a row that an Easton Area High School student is receiving this award. Congratulations, Giovanni Zapata. At this time, I'd like to call Mr. Kutsak, our Athletic Director, to step to the podium for a moment, please. On behalf of the athletic department and our administrative team at Easton Area High School, I want to both award and congratulate Easton Area High School athletes, coaches, and fans on receiving the District 11 Michael Meilinger Sportsmanship Award. Rovers winning championships makes us all extremely proud, but this is a tremendous honor and a testament to the positive attitude and winning with class, spirit that can be found in our stadiums, our gyms, our courts, and our athletic fields. A big round of applause to all of you. Easton High School was nominated out of 50+ high schools in the District 11 area. Congratulations, Rovers. At this time, I'd like to call Junior Class President Sarah Lutz to the podium to give the history of Easton Area High School Day. Rovers, please give Sarah your undivided attention. Thank you.
That Easton was one of only 3 cities in which the Declaration of Independence was read publicly for the very first time. Easton was also reportedly the site of the first Christmas tree in America. One of the greatest mysteries of the 10th century was the disappearance in August 1930 of Judge Joseph Forrest Crater, who once lived on South 5th Street in downtown Easton and graduated from EAHS and Lafayette College. These are just a few of the many interesting and important facts about our city. Not only does the city have a long and impressive history, so does the school district. One of the most important elements in the life of any child growing up is to be able to attend a public school and receive the best education available. The Easton Area School District is the third oldest in the state of Pennsylvania. This is quite impressive. On April 2nd, in 1850, the Pennsylvania legislature passed the Act of Assembly, which allowed the then borough of Easton to establish a secondary school, and Easton High School was born. In September of 1854, the first high school was opened with only 26 students, and in 1894, the school opened in what is now the Wolf Building on 2nd Street. The first four-year class was graduated in 1898. In September of 1925, the high school moved to 12 and Northampton Streets in the building that is currently Paxinosa Elementary School. The first EAHS Day was celebrated in April of 1949 at the behest of a senior, Minka Drucker. It is a day especially devoted to honoring the third school district established in the state of Pennsylvania. The first was Philadelphia and the second was Pittsburgh. It is also the day that honors a graduate who has upheld the values of Easton High School. 53 years ago, September 1961, Easton Area High School opened its doors in the present location to classes totaling more than 600, a far cry from the original class of only 26. EAHS Day became EAHS Day with the expansion of the sending districts. The first class to complete 10th through 12th grade in this building was the class of 1964. There have been many physical changes to the building since it opened in September of 1961. But the spirit that is the heart of Easton Area High School remains the same. It is this vital force that we celebrate during Spirit Week, and it is this sense of pride in the accomplishments of Easton Area High School graduates that continues the tradition of Easton. Today we honor Mr. Drew R. Lewis III. Now I'll turn it back over to Mr. Cook.
Thank you, Sarah. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium to Ms. Kendra Dura. It is my honor. She will be introducing our 2015 honoree, Mr. Drew Lewis. Mrs. Dura.
Good morning, Rovers. The Easton Area High School honoree for 2015, as you heard, is Mr. Drew Lewis. Mr. Lewis currently serves as the Division Vice President for Cloud Marketplace Alliance of Automatic Data Processing, ADP, where he is responsible for all partner acquisition and management for the business. Mr. Lewis has an extensive resume. Prior to ADP, he was employed at Air Products and Chemical, where he served as the North American Market Segment Manager in a role where he led a cross-functional team to develop strategies to maximize opportunities for business. Earlier, he served as the Global Marketing Manager for the Air Products water business, where he was responsible for the growth of this internal startup business. Prior to Air Products, Mr. Lewis served as the Director of Community and Economic Development for Northampton County, where in this leadership role, he was responsible for the creation and supervising of a great number of economic and community development programs. Even earlier, Mr. Lewis's career, he co-founded and ran his own strategic consultancy that focused on assisting small businesses in the startup and growth phases of their enterprises. Drew Lewis is a graduate of the prestigious General Electric Financial Management Program and a graduate of Brown University and the Wharton School of Business of the University of Pennsylvania. He and his wife, Kate, high school sweethearts, graduated from Easton in 1986. They reside here in the Easton community, raising 3 rovers, 2 sons, Cameron and Xavier, and their daughter, Kennedy. And I can add that I had at least 2 of them as students. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you my friend, Mr. Drew Lewis, our 2015 EAHS honoree.
They can take a morning back, right? Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Well, this is a distinct honor and a privilege to be here before you as a Rover, where I was a student and also an athlete. I'm humbled to stand before you today. So my dear friend, Kendra, Miss Dora, I know her as Kendra Houston growing up. We ran track together. She may even beat me up a time or two because she's a teeny bit older than me. But anyway, so she talked about, you know, my background and my career, but I would be remiss without talking about several things to give you a little bit of some insight into really who I am and what drives me. So first of all, I understand distinctly the separation of church and state, but since I'm in front of the mic, I can at least say, to let you know who I am, because I attribute my success so much to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So for me, that's a large part of who I am, what has developed me over the course of my life. And I am so blessed because of that. I mean, I have a beautiful wife, 25 years. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary. And if you kind of traipse past the office upstairs, you may have seen our picture, which is actually in Easton High School here when we were dating our senior year of high school. So it's been a long trip, and it's been a beautiful blessing to be married that long. I have 2 wonderful children, and I'm greatly blessed. I have a wonderful family. I have wonderful. I'm counting him. 3 children. Why is everybody laughing at me? Anyway. Anyway, and lastly, I've had a very exciting and diverse career over the last 25 years or so. So enough about me. I would say I'll tell a story, because what I really want to do when I sit before young people, if you don't remember anything about me, my career, or anything else, there's probably some indelible impressions I'd like to leave you to carry you forward, if that's okay. So I won't be before you very long, just a few minutes, but I want to kind of tell you some of my keys to success. The first thing that I'd like to share with you is I believe this. The key to success is loving and involved parents or guardians are extremely important to success. Teachers, coaches, and others of influence are also extremely important to success. And then lastly, and most importantly, with all that influence around you, your decisions that you make really are the most important determinant in where you'll end up in your future, okay? So I'm gonna use that framework, okay, to talk to you just very shortly. What I'm also gonna do is use what I call a biblical allegory, and the one I'm using here is about, people probably heard the term sowing and reaping. And so I'll use that, and I'll use it, and I'll apply it to my own life and tell some stories to how I ended up where I am today. So, first of all, like I said, my life has been very blessed. When I was young, when you think about how, can you keep it down, please? I'm going to be a principal for a second. Keep it down, students. Thank you. And so, when I was very young, my father was shot and killed in Houston. Okay, so you would figure that's a pretty bad start. I was 3 years old, so was my mother and I. But then I was extremely blessed because who I dearly call Pop, my Pop was introduced into our life. And he taught me the value of hard work and what it really meant to be a man who takes care of his family. And so, a short story, back to this agricultural, right? You think about when you plant, what's important? You plant the seed, you water the seed, you protect the seed, and then you reap the harvest, okay? So in this case, really, I'm going to tell a story about Pop that where you kind of protect the seed, but where sometimes anyone who plants, if you have a tomato plant, you have to kind of tie the vine so it doesn't get too unruly. So there's a story once where my mother told me to do something, and Pop never really disciplined me. But this time he decided that, or I decided I was going to get a little unruly. I was in high school, about your age, and it was a soft left, but I did catch a left hook for not paying attention to my mother. And what did it teach me? That there are rules, and you do have to respect authority. And that's been a guiding principle throughout my life. Without it, I wouldn't be successful. Second, I guess, other influence in my life would be my mother taught me the value of unconditional love and also the importance of education. When I was probably 3 or 4 years old, before the days of digital clocks, my mother taught me how to tell time. She actually made a clock out of cardboard with hands, and I'd move it around, and I'd have to tell her what time it was on the clock. She also taught me how to read before I got to kindergarten. So once again, planting seeds, watering seeds and protecting seeds. And then there are teachers, and I'm actually going to name these teachers because I don't know if they even realize how much of an impact they've had on me. And many of these teachers are retired. Mrs. Linda Fisher, Mrs. O'Brien Warner, Mrs. Kathy Dowd, or Doyle, as I knew her then.
To get louder or not?
Mr. Bob Schreiber, who was also my coach, European history teacher. Mr. Bill Houston, Mr. Al Jones, who some of you still know. Mr. Sal Turn, who I don't even know his first name because you don't know people's first names. Mr. Bill Ryder, Mr. Gene Smith, who was my football coach. Mr. Roy Cortez, and also Mr. Sal Cantor, who's now mayor, who was my government economics teacher in New York. So these people, and so why is it important? Because these people not only sowed seeds into my life, they watered those seeds by encouraging me. And then today you see the harvest is being reaped by the life that I've been able to create because of the decisions I made based on what they poured into me. And so with that said, I would say, but I always had a choice. And there are many times where you come to that fork in the road and you make a decision. Is it going to be for the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? And so, fortunately, in most cases, I made the right decisions. Not always, and by the grace of God, I was covered. But I didn't always make the right decision, but for the most part, it all worked out. And here's what I'd say to you. Your decisions are the seeds of life. So what I'd say to you is this. I pray that your seed bag of the seeds that you're going to sow in life are filled with prosperity, they're filled with happiness, they're filled with joy, and that you will plant them, water them, and protect them fiercely and vigorously. Thank you so much for this honor. God bless you.
Right now, I asked him that in the beginning. I heard.
If I could call Mayor Panto and Representative Freeman up to the microphone, I believe they had some citations they'd like to give to Mr. Lewis, and a brief moment on the microphone.
I'm going to be very brief, which is unusual for me, but the man who deserves all the credit stands behind me. I was very fortunate to have a great career of teaching in this school district, 11 years before I went into politics, and I can think of a lot of students, but none that I'm more proud of than Drew Lewis. As a little 8th grader who was stronger than most teachers that year, Drew was a gentle giant, and he carried himself so well with so much respect that I followed his career, and today I stand here not as a former teacher but as a friend who is very proud of his maturity, his growth, and his success, and I'd like to present him with this certification.
It is a pleasure for me to be here this morning to join with Mayor Panto in giving recognition to your honoree today. You have chosen wisely. In Drew Lewis, you have an outstanding individual, someone who proved himself through hard work and dedication, applied himself, graduating from 2 very outstanding, very prestigious universities here in America, Brown and the Wharton School at University of Pennsylvania, and then poured himself into his vocation, into honing his skills as a businessman and as an entrepreneur, and never forgetting his sense of commitment to his community, always realizing that the community which nurtured him was deserving of his time and attention to give something back to it, which he continues to do through his involvement here in the Easton area. So I am very pleased to present a citation from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, which recognizes Drew Lewis as today's honoree. It highlights his many achievements, both academically and in his chosen career, and congratulates him on behalf of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. It is signed by myself and State Representative Joe Emmerich. Drew, congratulations.
And before I ask for a big round of applause, I want to thank Mr. Lewis for choosing to come back to his community and to raising his children here and put him in Easton Area High School. Pride and tradition matter. It's extremely important to your success and who you will be as an individual, Be proud of your school and those who have come before you. And now we're moving on in the ceremony for the introductions of the 2015 Eastern Area High School Court. So I call the class of 2016 back to the podium to do their job in the next part of this very important day. Thank you.
Amanda Rosa. Amanda is escorted by her parents, Gina and Timothy Rosa. She was a member of the Easton varsity swimming and diving team for all 4 years of her high school career. Her service to the community includes volunteering for the youth group at her church, volunteering at Forks Days, and teaching swim lessons. She was also part of the Parent-Teacher Association with her mom. Amanda was the District 11 100 breaststroke champion in 2014 and 2015. She placed 12th in the state in that event this past year. She was named first team all-conference in the 100-yard breaststroke her junior and senior year. She was selected as a member of the EPC All-Star Team and the LVIAC All-Star Team. Amanda enjoys hiking and coaching swim lessons. Her future plans include swimming at Towson University and studying exercise science.
Colin Abert. Colin Abert is escorted by his parents, Scott and Carla Abert. Colin participates in cross-country and indoor and outdoor track. He is also a member of National Honor Society and the Student Athlete Character and Sportsmanship Council. In addition, Colin aided veterans in a Valor program and helps out with Habitat for Humanity. He was part of the first place team in the all-state cross-country competition twice. He was a district champion in both cross-country and track. Colin is also a member of the Wall of Fame and was the Express Times and Morning Call Runner of the Year 3 times. In his spare time, Colin enjoys playing basketball, quoits, and ping pong with his friends. Colin's future plans include attending Penn State University.
John Desmond IV. John is escorted by his parents, John and Lisa Desmond. He is a member of National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and DECA. He is also the sports editor for Junto, the school newspaper, and president of Future Business Leaders of America Club. In addition, he placed second at FBLA Regionals for Accounting 2 and placed first at FBLA Regionals for Job Interview. He is also certified in Microsoft Excel 2010. John also spends his time volunteering at St. Anthony's Church. Some of his hobbies and interests include playing township baseball and basketball, swimming, watching movies, cars, and a good necktie. His future plans entail attending Moravian College to study accounting and attain his CPA so he can eventually work for Ford Motor Company.
Nicole Rosalino. Nicole is escorted by her parents, Robert and Teresa. Nicole is the captain of the varsity girls team as well as a member of the cheerleading squad. She is the class of 2015 secretary and volunteers at Special Olympics, Safe Harbor, various food and clothing drives, cheerleading clinics, and the Miracle League. She has received a varsity E-letter for lacrosse and cheerleading as well as received several scholarships. Her hobbies include going on walks and hanging out with Greg Albertson. In the fall, Nicole plans on attending Millersville University to study criminology.
Erin Anagnost. Erin is escorted by her parents David and Debbie Anagnost. She has been a member of the varsity girls soccer team for all 4 years of her high school career and was elected as captain for her senior year. Erin is also a member of the National Honor Society and an honorary senator for the Senior Class Student Council. She has volunteered in events such as the Special Olympics, the Monarch 5K, EAHS Minithon, AAG, and the Little Rover Youth Soccer Clinic. Erin's awards include winning both league and district soccer championships her junior season. Hobbies and interests include spending time with friends and family, being active, and going to the beach. Erin plans to attend Temple University in the fall, majoring in architecture. Kyle Walsh. Kyle Walsh is escorted by his parents, Mike and Melissa Walsh. Kyle plays on both the lacrosse and football teams. He is involved in TSA, the Technology Student Association, and FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He is also a senator in the Senior Class Student Council. Kyle volunteers with his church and Toys for Tots and has been employed at Ace Hardware for 3 years. He has received the Sons of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award and was named the Express Times Lacrosse Player of the Year. In addition, he was honored First Team All-League in football and lacrosse and First Team All-Area in lacrosse. Kyle's hobbies include playing sports with his friends, playing Mario Super Strikers, and watching Netflix. Kyle's plan for the future is to attend the Virginia Military Institute to study civil engineering and to play lacrosse.
Justin Metzger. Justin Metzger, escorted by his parents Jason and April Metzger. Justin is a captain of the lacrosse team as well as a member of the golf team. Justin was the leader of Rover Nation. He is the 2015 class president of Student Council, and he is also the member of National Honor Society and Student Faculty Action Advisory Community. Justin volunteers his time at Relay for Life, and he coaches for Palmer Township Athletics. He has received varsity letters for both lacrosse and golf. He was awarded the Dwight D. Eisenhower Award for Outstanding Leadership and was named LVIAC All-League Attackman in 2015. His hobbies include hunting and fishing. Justin plans on attending Virginia Wesleyan College to study engineering and will continue his lacrosse career in the fall.
Jordan Luciano. Jordan is escorted by her mother, Michelle. Jordan plays soccer and participates in indoor and outdoor track. She is a member of the National Honor Society as well as Easton Angels, volunteers in the Autism Assistance Classroom, and coaches young soccer players. Jordan was commended for the National Merit Scholarship and received the Soccer Scholar Athlete Award. Her hobbies include singing and playing the piano. In the fall, Jordan plans on running track at Johns Hopkins University to study computer science and mathematics.
Mackenzie Minotti is the daughter of Wendy and Mark Minotti and is escorted by her parents. She has been a varsity cheerleader here at Easton since her freshman year. She also has been a Varsity E recipient for all 4 years. She is a current member of National Honor Society, and she is the Vice President of Student Council Executive Board. She serves her community by partaking in Special Olympics, food banks, Safe Harbor, and the Miracle League. Her hobby is cooking, and her future plans consist of attending Penn State University main campus. Giovanni Zapata is escorted by his parents, John and Lida Zapata. Giovanni is the current president of DECA, and this year alone, he won first place at the district level and state level. He also placed in the top 10 out of 170 teams at the international levels. Giovanni, throughout his whole high school career, has been the vice president of his student council. He's also the vice president of the French Honor Society and National Honor Society. Giovanni is the treasurer of Key Club and the co-founder. He has been a cast member of every musical performed at the high school. Giovanni was honored as this year's MVP of EAHS Musical Theater. In fact, Giovanni will perform at the Freddie Awards in 2 weeks. Giovanni is a bi-monthly Safe Harbor volunteer and a Red Cross volunteer. He has performed over 600 community service hours. Due to all his community service hours, he has received the President's Volunteer Service Award from Barack Obama. As a senior, he won the Academic Excellence Award. Lastly, Giovanni is a recipient of the Bill and Melinda Gates Millennium Scholarship. During his free time, Giovanni enjoys watching Netflix and eating Chipotle. Lastly, Giovanni plans to attend Temple University and major in public health and double minor in biology and psychology on the pre-med track.
Thomas Thatchell is escorted by his parents, Minnie and Rajiv Thatchell. Thomas is the editor-in-chief of the Junto, the president of the TSA, the Vice President of FBLA, the Vice President of Key Club, and is also involved in Scholastic Scrimmage, National Honor Society, and plays the violin in the Easton Area High School Symphony Orchestra. He serves his school and the community by participating in various projects through the Key Club. He is also a junior volunteer at Easton Hospital. Thomas has been awarded with being an AP Scholar with Distinction, National Merit Commended Scholar, and a finalist in the American Chemical Society U.S. National Chemistry Olympiad. He has also won various awards for FBLA, TSA, and some local science fairs. His hobbies include music, photography, building computers, and working on cars. Thomas's future plans are to study computer engineering and business in college and to one day become a successful entrepreneur.
Morgan Weiss. Morgan is escorted by her parents, Billy and Jeff Weiss. She's a 2-year captain for the girls lacrosse team, where she's also been a 4-year varsity letter winner. In 2013, she made first team All-Lehigh Valley Conference and was Express Times All-Area Team Honorable Mention. In 2014, she made second team All-Area Express Times and was Honorable Mention Lehigh Valley Conference. Morgan is also a member of Key Club, Keep Africa Well Club, DECA, PTSA, National Honor Society, and French Honor Society. She is also a part of the Alcohol Oversight Committee, Strength in Numbers Campaign, Student Athlete Character Council, and is Exec Board President for Student Council. She also spends her time volunteering at Safe Harbor, Special Olympics, Vacation Bible School, and the SPCA. Morgan also won the 2015 Citizenship Scholarship and the Rotary Student of the Month. Some of her hobbies include playing with her dogs, playing lacrosse, eating, and watching One Tree Hill. Her future plans are to attend Muhlenberg College, where she will play lacrosse.
Cassidy Price. Cassidy is being escorted by her mother, Allison Price. She participates in varsity and junior varsity cheerleading and is also the wrestling and lacrosse manager. Cassidy was a member of Key Club freshman year and performed community service for over 20 hours. She is a member of FCA and is involved in the graduation committee, Strength in Numbers, and Special Olympics. Additionally, Cassidy participates in her church's youth group and Vacation Bible School, as well as March of Dimes and Relay for Life. She achieved honor roll and became cheerleading captain. In her free time, she enjoys knitting, playing with her cats, and going on walks on nature trails. Cassidy plans on going to East Stroudsburg University to study kinesiology, to lead athletic training or physical therapy. She strongly believes in respecting others and also advocates the value in maintaining a positive mindset.
Shane Simpson. Shane is escorted by his mother, Yolanda Simpson. Throughout his high school career, he has participated in football, basketball, and track. His service to the community includes helping with Special Olympics and the Miracle League. Shane was named All-American, First Team All-State, and First Team All-PA team for football. He was also selected as the MVP of the EPC and All-Conference for all 4 years of football. His hobbies and interests include lifting, dancing, and hanging out with friends. Shane can sing, and he went to states for the 100-meter dash and track and field his junior year. His future plans include graduating Towson University in 3.5 years and be drafted to play in the NFL. EJ Roeder. EJ is being escorted by his mother, Michelle Roeder. Throughout high school, EJ has participated in football and basketball. Service to Easton Area High School includes involvement in Special Olympics and AAG. In the community, EJ volunteers at Safe Harbor and Warren Hospital. EJ's honors and awards include second team All-Area for football, Morning Call Honorable Mention for football, VIA All-Star for basketball, the McDonald's All-Star for football, Gary Fall Award winner for basketball, All-Tournament Team Rotary Club basketball tournament, and Achievement of Honor Roll. Hobbies and interests include listening to music, exercising, spending time with family, and chilling with the squad. He looks forward to a college education and strives to do his best. Nina Atinello, escorted by her parents Kathleen and James Atinello. She has been a captain of the debate team for 4 years, a staff writer for the Junto, National Honor Society president, and involved in EAHS musical theater. Service to the community includes community theater, volunteering as an usher at the State Theater, and serving as a student teacher at her dance studio. Honors and awards include 2 Freddie Awards for Vic Kuma Outstanding Vocal Solo and Best Supporting Actress, the Broadway World Philadelphia Award for Best Actress as Wenla in Spring Awakening at Civic Theater, 2014 National Second Place winner for Poets Society of the New Jersey Poetry Contest, and she is an AP Scholar with distinction and a National Merit Scholar. Nina's hobbies and interests comprise of theater, dance, singing, politics, international culture, LGBT and civil rights activism, poetry, reading, and traveling. Nina looks forward to double majoring in philosophy and global studies at Georgetown University with the goal of a career with the UN.
Jamie is escorted by her parents, Fang Shi and Ji Chao Yi. Jamie is involved in the Easton Area High School Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Strings, String Quartet, National Honor Society, Young People's Philharmonic, Philadelphia Sinfonia, Scholastic Scrimmage, and the 16 Strings Quartet. She is the high school's orchestra president and serves her community by volunteering at St. Luke's Hospital. Jamie is a National Merit Scholar and also a Presidential Scholars Award nominee. She has won the Kutztown Concerto and YPP Concerto competitions. She has also earned the Allentown Music Club String Award as an AP Scholar with distinction. She is a PMEA Districts, Regionals, and States, NAFME Nationals, and All-East violist. She was a 2014 Pennsylvania Governors for the School of Sciences valedictorian speaker. Jamie's hobbies include playing viola and piano, rocking out to classical music, procrastination, reading, social justice activism, and doing the crossword. Jamie planned on attending the University of Pennsylvania as a biochemistry major on a pre-med track.
And lastly, Michael Fleming. Michael Fleming is escorted by his mother, Shelley Fleming. Throughout high school, Michael played football and basketball and was also the girls' lacrosse manager this past year. He was also involved in the Koi Club. Michael's service to the community includes working at Safe Harbor and participating in Cookies with Santa with the basketball team. Michael's honors and awards include First Team All-State Football, All-Area First Team, All-Conference First Team, Minnie Maxwell Award winner, James V. Noble Award winner, Boys Basketball Scholar Athlete, and was a captain for both the football and basketball teams. Michael's hobbies and interests include hanging out with friends and lifting. His future plans include attending East Stroudsburg University.
And now for the 2015 Easton Area High School Day Queen is, drumroll please, Jamie Yee.
And your 2015 Easton Area High School Day King is Shane Simpson.
A big round of applause.
a drum roll one more time? Outstanding. Another big round of applause. The court and your families, you may have a seat. And at this time, Rovers, the words are on the wall. If we could please stand for the playing of our alma mater. Let's give a big round of applause as they exit Gymnasium, Rovers. No, we're good. Get head up. We got time to dismiss. Okay, Rovers, couple announcements before we go back to Block 5 before dismissal. Listen up. Important announcements before we go to Block 5. Seniors, make sure you're turning in your permission slips for post-prom. I expect to see a great attendance, and I will take anyone one-on-one in quakes. Guaranteed. Anyone. Guaranteed. I'll even spot you some points. At this time, Section A, look behind you, and Section D, back to Block 5. A and D. Sections B and C, back to Block 5. Have a great weekend,